for it. I guess Imperial Talk Show is fine for now. Episode 2. In this episode, we'll be going over, as I said, we'll be going over a lot about season 2, a little bit about the off season, what's going to happen during the off season, some prize changes, rule changes, yada yada yada, all that fun stuff. With me, up here, we have Mint. He is our new. He's going to be handling PR. He's kind of our new journalist as well. So welcome him. Then to my right, needs no introduction, is Bloov, the Bloovinator. Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. How about you, Blue? How are you? All right, that's enough. Oh, I pointed to the Skype thing, so you're actually down there in Mint's. Oh, okay, you know what? Whatever. Point is,
They'll get the point.
they get the point. Yeah. All right. So yeah, first topic of business. Obviously, just want to congratulate the champions, which were the why can't I think of it right now? Which were
The
the
tight.
Titans, Imperial Titans. Congratulations to you guys. Obviously going home with a $200 cash prize and our season 1 championship, repping that, bragging rights. So that's really nice for them. Really well fought series. Crown gave it their all. They kept them in it. It wasn't a stomped series. It was actually really close. So good on you as well, Crown. We're really proud of you guys for sticking in there with Titans and stuff. So, yeah, good job. And that's kind of what happened tonight. So, if you want to watch those games, if you didn't get to watch them or whatever, they are going to be on our YouTube soon, probably tomorrow. And then, obviously, we do have the VOD on our Twitch as well. So, check those out.
All right. So I guess I'll take everything away. So we already discussed the finals, and we wanted to congratulate the winners so far. A new feature that we are adding is the top player award. Did you want to go over that real quickly?
Yeah, so something we've kind of talked about, not too much, but kind of hinted at, is the MVP award or top player award. So there will be an MVP award voted on and a prize given out to the top player in the ICS as well as the top player in the IML. Those will still be kind of talked about among coaches, and the vote will be done. So this prize will be handed around sometime next week.
Great, great. So you can all expect to follow our Twitter and any other social media that we do have, and we will be giving you updates on how to vote for that, what the outcome is going to be, and what the prize is going to be for that top player award. So as we all know, this is the end of the first season, so congratulations to everyone who's made it this far. Season 2 is going to be right around the corner, and I'm very excited to be on staff and to be moving forward with all the projects that I have spoken with everyone about. So since season 2 is just right around us, I wanted to get a jump start and talk about season 3 and all the changes that you wanted to bring to the table. Did you want to inform everyone about what they can expect for season 3, in the reg fees, any changes in the roster, all of that?
Yeah, so not for this upcoming season, season 2, but for season 3, the reg fees will be changed a little bit. The price won't really differ. Right now, teams are, the reg fee is the $25. It will stay the $25. However, that will be the early bird, and then any reg fee paid after that, we'll kind of bump it up to around 30, 35, not too much more, but just more of an incentive to get kind of people on um, on our list and get their rosters in as well, and just to get it, yeah, a little bit more organized so that we have more organization, because a lot of people were talking about for this season is some of the rosters weren't put up in time or whatnot. So doing that and having the reg fees and the rosters in earlier will definitely help out with organization as far as the league.
Perfect. So everyone can expect to have season 3 at least be clean cut and organized. Hopefully we can implement all these changes, including getting the rosters and ironed out for season 2, so we don't have any hiccups in that area. What are the different prizes that we're going to see for both season 3 and for all of our followers who are looking to boost this organization through social media and their own attentiveness to what we are about?
Well, some big news for season 2, as far as our prizes will go, is this season we had our obviously our cash prize, but besides that, we just kind of had our weekly MVP and not much else. We are looking at expanding that for season two. We're expanding the prize pool; it will be doubled, and with it being doubled, we will actually have a second place and a third place prize. More teams are there's more incentive to come in those to get a better positioning and whatnot. As well as we'll be doing giveaways as far as headsets. We'll be giving away mice. We'll be giving away not like animals, like mouses. We'll be giving away keyboards. We'll be doing more RP giveaways. Thanks to our sponsor Chirp, which we'll talk more about a little bit later. But we do have the ability to do that now, so there'll be a little bit more giveaways for you guys because we really do want to spoil you guys and we want to make you guys feel more into this league, and I think that's a great way to do that.
So, from my end and from all of our PR representatives, we are talking later this week to discuss a lot of ways to get you all involved with the community and to hopefully get our viewer base growing and all that, because that is the end goal of almost any organization, is to show what we have to offer and the end game for our organization. With that in mind, Twitter is going to be the main way to contact us. So for those of you who have not followed us on Twitter, I suggest that is done ASAP. So you can hear about all the interviews that we're going to bring up, all of the prizes that we're going to start giving away, and there might be some secret incentives for people who follow us on Twitter that might give them a leg up on future giveaways. So keep that in mind. The next topic I think that everyone needs to be aware of is the formats. Can you go in a bit more detail on the changes in formats you have for both leagues, starting with the IML?
Yeah, so a little bit of the formatting this season was we had our 8 teams in the ICS, 4 made the playoffs. And then in the IML, we had 4 teams out of the 6 make the playoffs. And then 2 are going up in the expansion. As everyone knows, or if you don't know, we are expanding to 10 teams in the ICS, and then 8 teams in the IML, so the minor league. Now, what's going to happen with the expansion is 6 teams will make the playoffs, which means first place and second place will get a bye into the next season. I like I like how Blue's doing the actions. Will so first and second place will get in a bye. Then obviously we'll do third versus sixth and fourth versus fifth. And then they'll play against the first and second seeds. And then we'll go onwards from there. So very similar to LCS, what it is right now, as well as the minor league. We'll be doing 6 out of the 8 teams. The reason why we're doing 6 is because we want to give everybody a chance to make the playoffs, even if you're in one of those fifth or sixth positions. Now, as far as relegation, that's something that's coming into our season new this year because we're not doing any more expansions. We are doing a relegation. We will have an auto relegation, and then we will have 2 relegation promotion series as well. So the big prize pool for the IML, well, not the big prize pool, but the big award for the IML, coming in first place and winning the IML championship automatically promotes you into the ICS, whereas the ICS last place, the 10th place, gets knocked down to the IML. Then the second and third places for the IML will play in a best of 3 or best of 5. We're still going to iron out those details against the ninth and 8th place in the ICS. So you definitely have a lot to fight for in the IML. We're trying to make the IML a little bit more rewards, a little bit more appealing to people, as well as the ICS, getting people more interested in not, coming in a higher spot and not being in those bottom positions.
Good. So all these changes will be put up on our Twitter along with a visual diagram so everyone can follow the changes a lot easier. I think it'd be good for everyone to not get so freaked out by all the little details. I definitely will take it upon myself to get something up by the end of the week to explain all the changes that we're going to bring into season 2 and season 3. So everyone who's freaking out right now, don't worry. I will be in charge of making sure everything is crystal clear and that all these changes are understood to everyone in the league and any future people who want to sign up for our league. Moving on to the next topic that I think that we need to discuss, division dropouts. You briefly covered it. Do you want to cover that one more time for everyone? Because I believe that is like a big point that people need to hear about, because it does change the way everything is going to be formatted, especially when we do implement it. So can you go over that just a little bit more in depth and maybe a little slower so everyone can understand it a little bit clearer?
Yeah, yeah. So, with the division dropouts, right now what we had is we had the last place in the ICS. They didn't really lose anything, and not that we want to, kick teams out of the league or anything. We don't want to do that, but we do want to keep this league competitive and keep teams playing for a goal, right? So whether it's if you're in the top half, you're playing for that championship, you're playing for that money. If you're in the bottom half, you're playing not to get relegated. So we want there to be a competitive integrity on both sides of the standings, and we see this as a really good way to make it so that both sides of the standings are playing for something. And if you're in that sixth, seventh, eighth spot, you're not just like, oh well, screw this, season's done. It does keep up that competitiveness as well in the minor league. If you do come in that seventh or eighth spot that doesn't make the playoffs, you will be automatically relegated from the league for the next season. That gives the IML chances to include new teams, because obviously we want to keep new teams in. We want to keep our league fresh. So you do have a chance to qualify for the next season after that, if you did get relegated from the entire league. But again, that's not happening this season. It's happening season two. So that's again another reason to make people play for not getting kicked out and for winning the championship.
Perfect. I'm so glad that we had these things ironed out. And again, I will give everyone a physical copy so nothing is jargon between anyone. Um, so I think that we've covered a lot of the changes that we're going to expect for season three. I want to know from both of your parts, especially since we're all keeping track with all of the changes that League is going to bring with the ZZ Bot becoming super popular, all these new strategies coming about. What can we as an organization expect to see in strategies for season two? Does anyone see a certain champion that is surging to the top within our teammates pool? Does anyone see a team that might be trying a new strategy that we all could hopefully learn something from? What are both of your thoughts on the thing changing?
Just realized my mic was muted the whole time.
We'll let
Copcake.
you, yeah, we'll let you talk
Super,
that about. We'll let
super
you talk.
Kappa. Anyway, so as I was saying, everybody plays the same shit still. We still haven't seen Lux or Talon coming out of anybody. A lot of big picks coming out in the mid lane. Like the Zed, we've only seen a few times. Basically, a lot of these champions, our league has been somewhat slow to shift towards the meta. I expect to see early on in season two, we're going to have a lot of these shifts towards the Rammus in the top lane, maybe some Pantheon coming in, and even more of the explosive picks in the jungle, like a Shyvana or an Udyr. I really hope that these changes don't come about too fast. Udyr did see himself a slight nerf in this last patch, not enough to take him out. So we still have a lot of these OP champions are going to be in the meta coming into next season. It's just going to be a matter of how quickly these teams can start taking over these strategies.
How interesting. And I do like that insight that you are bringing in the solo queue dominators into the team play meta. I think it's very important for our viewer base to understand that definitely team games are a lot different than solo queue, where you do see dominant champions such as Lux, Talon, Udyr, Nautilus. I did see Nautilus in a couple of games that we played tonight, but those champions definitely dominate the platinum and diamond scene. But I noticed that it was really strange for us to have an Ari in the last game. Lux didn't make an appearance, and both those champions are really good at hard carrying games just so much as Kog'Maw or Kalista can. Um, Something else I think that we should go over is the fact that this podcast is going to be something that is going to be focused in on a weekly event. I think we all agreed that Sundays are probably the best night to post something like this to give you a weekly recap of what we are doing as an organization, what to expect over the week, maybe key matches to watch. Um, So I think giving that to everyone's attention would be a good way to stay in touch with us and to even give us some feedback. I'm all about feedback from everyone, so I will definitely link my Twitter into this. If there's something that anyone really wants to bring to my attention that they want to know about an organization or from possible players, or maybe somebody just wants to get to know another player better, I think I could definitely bring them into an interview and let you as the public get to know our superstars of our league.
Yeah, that's something that we did, we were talking about for a while. And obviously, episode 2 was a little bit lagging behind. It was took 2 weeks for us to put it out, but we do want to do this on a consistent basis, and we do want to bring in people. We have people on our staff who actually really follow the LCS and do analyzing for the LCS. You guys know him as Emperor. He's one of our journalists. He does a lot of stuff on LCS. So bring him in, get him in to do some LCS kind of comparisons to our league and stuff. So we will try to do this weekly. And the best way to figure out when we're doing this and keep up when this is about to be streamed and whatnot, again, we're gonna say it a lot, but is on our Twitter. We will post on our Facebook as well, and sometimes our Reddit, not really, but our Twitter is definitely the best way. That's constantly updated 3 to 4 times a day. So our Twitter is being used consistently. So yeah, if you subscribe to that, if you follow that, you'll really be able to keep up with our updates and everything that's going on around the league.
Perfect. So I think that would be a good point to stop this end of the season recap. I'm very excited to be a part of this team. I'm very excited to see what we can bring into the situation. One last point that we should talk about is the All-Star of this season. Swifter, do you want to bring that to everyone's attention?
Yeah, so a couple people have asked me kind of what are we doing in between the season. There is a 3-week off season right now. So just a little thing I want to touch on. First, the off season obviously is a time for all the teams to revamp their rosters. The add and drop clause rule is negated, so you are allowed to add and drop as many players. This is the chance for teams to make their roster as best as they possibly can for season number 2. Maybe give Titans a run for their money, give them a stop them from claiming season 2 championship already. So that is what's going on during the off season, and that will be happening for 3 weeks. Until then, we do have a couple events going on that we're looking at holding. We are looking at holding the All-Star event. The All-Star event is something that we actually talked about at the beginning of February. We have game modes such as the 5v5s, the 1v1 ARAMs, the coaches versus players, just a bunch of little fun events for our community to kind of get involved in. So that will be, and Blue, we'll have Blue casting and maybe even Blue playing, who knows. But we're going to have a lot of fun for that All-Star game. It will most likely be on a weekend. We're looking at the 14th and the 15th of March. It's not confirmed yet, so we will post that on, did I say 14th and 15th of March?
Yeah, that 12th and 13th.
12th and 13th, yeah. So we are looking at even this weekend, if not the next weekend. That will be confirmed on the Reddit and on all of our social medias, so even on our website as well. As well as the All-Star vote will be put up for the next 3 days. It was done in the early February. We got about 80 to 90 votes per position. So it will be put back up for anybody who wants to do some last-minute voting on the players in the league. So vote your players in. Obviously, our rules are only 2 players per team can get voted in. So if you see one player or if you see one team, aka Titans, dominating the polls, vote for somebody else, get somebody else in there because they won't be able to have the whole team make it anyway. Otherwise, it would just be Titans versus the other All-Stars. So let's get those votes in and everything. And that's about it.
Great. So unless anyone has any last minute points that we need to bring up, I think that brings this episode to a close. Again, follow our social media, follow our Twitter, follow Facebook, Reddit, whatever we have given you. I'm sure all the links are there from Blue, and we will catch you all in the near future. Bye for now.